Hey, how's it going, YouTube? How y'all doing today? Most of these cattle are on grass back there, grazing. Got a few animals over here just licking on this blow guard block. Rain chances this Thursday. So in 3 days, rain chances have gone up to 95%. It says thunderstorms too, but it doesn't say exactly how much rain the forecast is saying. It ain't saying how much rain there's going to be, but it's saying that there's a 95% chance of thunderstorms. So, yep, it looks like it's going to rain this Thursday. But right after that rainstorm on Friday, Saturday, when it was saying that it was going to be 49, the forecast originally yesterday, even up to yesterday, the forecast was saying that it was going to be about 49 degrees for the low, and then it was going to be about 70 for the high, 73. But they changed that up this morning. When I checked the Weather Channel this morning, they changed that up, and it's dropping down to 43, and the high is going to be 66, and it's going to stay like that for 3 days in a row. So that is way too cold to drill Sudan grass. At 49 degrees, if it got to 75 in the afternoon, I could potentially drill seed into the seed bed, because the seed bed would kind of be insulating the seed. It would kind of keep the seed a little bit warm, and just kind of keep my just kind of risk it for the biscuit. At 49, I could consider it if it got up to 75 in the afternoon. But if it's dropping down to 43 and the high is 65, 66, and it's gonna stay like that for 3 days in a row, I gotta wait. I gotta give it another week. I got a few dogs with parvovirus. I had 3 dogs I had 3 little puppies get parvovirus. One of them has died. I thought another one was gonna be dead this morning, but he's still alive. And the third one, she just started vomiting this morning, and so I got them all separated. I've been giving them. I took one of them to the vet, and they were telling me it's gonna be like $2,000 per animal to keep them at the vet. But I don't got no $6,000 to, so I asked them if there's anything I can do for them at home myself, and they told me that they gave me a sack of a fluid that I inject under their skin. It's like IV fluid, and so they gave me the IV fluid, and so I've been injecting them with fluid. And there's a lot of blood. This parvovirus thing, when the dogs start having diarrhea from it, there's a lot of blood. And so the healthy dogs, I got them separated, and they're fenced in. So he's freaking out because he wants to be let out, but I can't let him out until the other dogs have survived this thing. And I did get them all vaccinated for parvovirus. All of the animals, they've all been vaccinated. All of the dogs have been vaccinated for parvovirus. I gave them an injection, and so I guess now the best thing to do is to just see what happens. I am injecting the sick dogs with a IV fluid, but I don't know if they're gonna make it. There's a lot of blood, a lot of blood. These dogs, when they have parvovirus and they start having diarrhea, they'll probably every time they poop, about half of it's gonna be diarrhea, or half of it's gonna be blood. It's like it's a lot of blood. It actually it smells like blood when they start having diarrhea. It doesn't smell like poop. It smells like blood, and I can smell the blood from like 10 feet away. There's just a tremendous amount of blood in their diarrhea. But I've been injecting them with fluid, and well, these two have survived longer than the first pup did. The first pup, he got the parvovirus, and within about 4 days, he was just dead. I mean, he was yeah, it was real bad. And but they're actually yeah, the one of them survived longer than 4 days, and I don't know. I'm gonna just keep giving him fluids, but I don't know. He pooping up a lot of blood, and so. But yep, I was actually gonna go this morning to go pick up a fertilizer to. Well, I was kind of scheduling myself to get that seed drilled. I was actually, if it was gonna be 49 degrees in the evening and it was gonna be 75 in the afternoon, and it was only gonna be like that for 1 day, and then it was gonna warm up, I was gonna risk it for the biscuit. I was gonna drill the seed into the bed with the kind of the anticipation that the seed bed would insulate the seed enough to keep it from going into dormancy. But if it's gonna drop to 43 degrees and it's gonna stay like that for 3 days in a row, I ain't gonna do it. I just gotta wait it out at that point. And so yep, yeah, it looks like everything's getting pushed back 1 more week, but that it's okay. This grass, the weather conditions are still good for growing this grass, and these cattle, they got plenty to eat out here as long as I take care of the grass. My big thing right now is that yesterday when I was looking at numbers, I was like, man, why is my budget so high? I was like, I was running my budget when I went inside, and my budget was coming out at like $850 for this month. And I was like, man, why is my budget so high? Like this is something ain't right. And so I ran my numbers again, and what happened is that I miscalculated how much fertilizer I'm gonna need. So for that 1717, this, I got about 7 acres back here. It's about 7 acres, and so my plan is to put about 10 pounds of phosphorus on this soil. And so when I was running the numbers originally, if I put 100 pounds of 1717 per acre on this soil, that'll be 17 pounds of phosphorus per acre. And so I don't need to put and this is only 7 acres back here. And so 7 acres, if I'm gonna put 10 pounds of phosphorus on 7 acres, I'm gonna be putting about 500 pounds of fertilizer. One fertilizer hopper full of fertilizer is 500 pounds, and so I need to be putting closer to 500 pounds on this 7 acres than 1,000, because originally I was like, oh, I'm gonna need a half a load of fertilizer to put to fertilize this field, but that was wrong. I need a quarter load. I need 25% of a load to fertilize this field with phosphorus fertilizer. And so my budget is actually about $650 for this month, which is still really high. But the reason it's so high is because I'm having to bring in grain again. I'm having to bring in grain to feed these animals. If I didn't have to bring in that grain, my budget would drop to about 250. Well, let me think about it. If I had that front field, I would need to fertilize another 3 acres. It cost me about $200 to fertilize this back one, and it cost me about and I need to do it twice. Actually, my budget would drop by about $200, so it'd be about $450 instead of 650. My budget would be closer to 450. And so but yep, I mean, but it's okay. These animals, it's fine. The weather changing up like that, it's beyond my control. I ain't gonna, what am I gonna do, right? The weather is going to drop to 43, whether I'm happy about it or not. So, and it's going to stay cold for 3 days. So, but Big Boy's yeah, he's looking good. This is my little bottle calf. He's a little Jersey Cross Angus, but he looks good. This one looks he's starting to fill out real well. So that's good. This is my little Jersey Cross heifer. This is my she was my other bottle calf. This is tubes. This is tuber, but yep, they're my two little Jersey Cross calves. They're just licking on this block. And so, yep, my budget, it is what it is. I'm actually debating right now if I would like to just get a half a load of half a tonnage of urea and mix it with half a ton of the 1717. I think that's what more of what my grass would need in reality. I think my grass would need well, okay, so when I look at my grass, my front field, like the front portion of this field, it has it's less nutrient deficient than the back half of the field. And I think when I was putting the fertilizer out, I know that this time around I kind of just spent a lot of time spreading fertilizer out on the front here, when I should have been putting some more fertilizer out on the back. And so yep, the front field doesn't need the 1717 as much as the back portion of the field does. So I'm kind of debating if I would like to mix half a tonnage of urea with half a tonnage of the 1717, and then just throw it out across the field and spend a little bit more time on the back half of the field right now. But I'll have to do that by Wednesday, and then on Thursday there's a 90% chance of rain. And so yep, I was actually going to go this morning to go pick up fertilizer, and then I looked at the weather channel, and the weather channel was saying that it's going to be too cold. So I ain't in any rush. It would, like, if I would have gone this morning to go pick up fertilizer, if I was going to go drill seed later this week, so I could put the fertilizer out and then I could drill seed. But if it's going to get too cold like that, there ain't any reason for me to go and pick up fertilizer this early. I can go pick up fertilizer tomorrow. I can go put it up by tomorrow, by day after tomorrow. It's gonna rain by the next day, and then it's gonna get real cold. So my big thing right now is that well, I'm honestly debating if I would like to even just put the fertilizer out on the field after the rain. So yep, I may not even be fertilizing the front portion of the field until next week, but the back portion of this field I'll have to fertilize it by Wednesday. And then these cattle will have more than enough grass to eat. If we get a good bit of rain with the weather conditions right now, this grass is going to grow very fast as long as I fertilize it correctly. And these cattle are putting on a lot of weight, and cattle prices are high. My big thing right now is, well, I got my processor calf, and so I actually got two animals here that I'm actually debating. That slowpoke over there, he had pastorella real bad when he was young, and he's just grown slowly ever since then. I thought he was gonna die. His temperature at one point went up to like 106.5, and I was debating if he had brain damage at a certain point because of that severe fever. But he just kind of slow. He's just a slow grower, but it's okay because it made him a very he's a very easy to handle animal. He don't move very fast at all, ever. So he's very easy to handle. So that's one of the benefits of I guess of what happened. But I'm debating, I was gonna process him too, but yeah, I'll have to see. I had to give him like when he was young, he had pastorella real bad, and I had to give him like 5 shots of Baytril. I had to give him a shot of Baytril every day for 5 days in a row, and that cleared him up. But yep, I thought he was gonna die. I had to give him a whole bunch of Banamine too, but he did survive. He's just a very slow grower, and he just moves very slow too. And so I was like, you know what, I may just process him too. But if I process him and I process Princess, I'd end up with like 1,000 pounds of beef. I'd end up with way too much meat, and I don't know what I don't have the freezer space to have that much beef, and so. But yep. But other than those two animals, all the other animals are for sure going to market. 100% they're going to market. And so, yep. I got to well, yeah. When what I'm like planning for right now, what I'm anticipating right now is that for these next 3 months, I'll have a lot of feed here because I'll be growing that Sudan grass up front. And so my big plan for these cattle on the short term for the next 3 months is to put as much weight as I can on these animals with that Sudan grass from the front field. And then I'm gonna put as much weight on them as I can for the least amount of money possible, and then I'm gonna sell them. And by about July, I'll take them to market by about July. Because yep, if I can push my average weight up on this herd up to about I have some animals that are close to 700 already, but if I can push the average weight of my entire herd up to 700, I would need to make barely $1 a pound to make all my money back. And so that's where I believe my biggest opportunity for profit will be, is if I can push these animals up to 700 pounds on an average weight across the entire herd. Like across the entire herd, like this animal, I would say he probably about I'd say he probably he probably gonna be sitting somewhere around 500. He's kind of this is a big old Brangus animal, and he's kind of just yeah. But if I can push these animals up to about 700, I would need to make just $1 a pound to make my money back on these animals. And so maybe not even $1. And so that's where I believe my biggest opportunity for money will be. Princess, she over there, but I think when I look at my animals, I would say Princess is probably about 500 too. So a lot of these animals are about 500, but this guy, he just kind of grows a little bit slow. He just in terms of all the cattle combined, he's just a little bit slower. And so I got other cattle that I believe are closer to 600 right now. And so I'll have some animals over 700 for sure, and then I'll have some animals under 700 for sure. And I don't know if I'll be able to push the entire herd weight up to 700 in the next 3 months. And I'm pretty sure that this is a miniature right here, a miniature heifer right here. So I don't know for sure if I'm going to be pushing these animals up to 700 in the next 3 months as an average weight. But that's the goal. I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to put as much feed as I can in front of these animals. And if I see an opportunity to, if hay prices stay high, I'll bale the Sudan grass up front, and I'll sell it, and then I'll bring in grain. And I'll grain feed these animals to really pack that weight on them. Other than that, if I think that it's just better for me to feed these animals Sudan grass, I'll just feed them the Sudan grass. I'll zero graze the Sudan grass. So, but the name of the game these next 3 months, while the weather is good and the hay is growing, is to put as much weight as I can on these animals for the least amount of money possible. That's the name of the game. And then by July, my big plan is by July I'll be taking these animals to market, and then I'll cut the hay, I'll bale it, I'll sell it, or I'll keep it. And then in October, I'll probably that's probably about when I'll be bringing in more animals. But that's it for me today, YouTube. Y'all have a good one.